And we turn our focus to the ongoing political saga involving the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and his party, the People's Democratic Party. Wike, who recently marked his first year in office as FCT Minister, has made it clear that despite the internal crisis in the PDP, he has no intention of leaving the party. His strong words at a recent media parley in Abuja, where he vowed to stay and fight rather than run from what he termed vampires, have sparked a fresh wave of political speculation.
Indeed, and joining us today to discuss the implications of Wike's defiance stance are our News Central Bureau Chief Amadin Uyi from Abuja, who will be joining us later. But right now, we also have joining us right now Mr. Kola Ologbodiyan, the former National Publicity Secretary for the PDP. I want to thank you, sir, for joining us this early.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning, sir. Now, sir, if you'll give us just a minute, we'd like to run our package by our Abuja correspondent just after at the media parley with Nyesom Wike, and we'll be back to ask you very interesting, critical questions about it. Do stay and watch.
The media chat was an opportunity by the FCT minister of bearing his opinion on national issues, matters related to the crisis in the People's Democratic Party, and his impasse with the governor of Rivers State. He cleared the air on infrastructural development in satellite communities in the federal capital.
In all the rural areas today, which has not been the case, you can't find roads. And how do you talk about agriculture when there's no road? How do you convey the produce? How? So we make sure that, look, if we're really talking about agriculture, there must also be road infrastructure. That's why if you go to the 6 area councils, go and see the openings. Go and see the openings.
He also described the events in his native Rivers State as impunity by the governor, accusing him of willfully disregarding several court orders, calling him to stop his actions.
That you want to take control of a state. It's natural in politics. Is that why you should allow impunity? A court pronouncing that you do not build budget. Whatever budget you said you have, it's not on the void. And you say we should fold our arms and then watch. Nobody should say anything. I have no problem. Let court make a pronouncement.
He then dismissed questions, asking him of his intention to quit the People's Democratic Party, saying he will see the end of the crisis.
I have told you that I don't want to wait for any fight. I will stay there. Where? I will fight it out.
In the PDP?
Yes. Who am I going to run for? The vampires? How can you say that? Anybody who knows me knows too well. If I want to join APC today, why would I? When I was there in PDP, didn't I say that, look, I will not support the presidential candidate? Did I do it secretly? All those people who are saying those things, did they bring one member that won election? I'm a PDP member. Right. The law must be followed before we. But if you think that you can go and sit down somewhere and say you will do this, you cause crisis for yourself.
All right. The minister says that the FCT is investing in agriculture and has concluded plans to go into large-scale cultivation of farmlands to boost food security. In Abuja for News Central, I am Amadin Uyi.
And a report there was from Amadin Uyi, who was live at the media paleo briefing with pressmen marking 1 year in office for the FCT Minister for Nyesom Wike. Let me turn to you, sir. Thank you so much for being patient and just sticking with us. I must ask about the statements that he made. He referred to the PDP as vampires and said that he would not run, he would stay and fight. Those statements that he made and the word he used to describe the PDP, shouldn't the PDP have political will or power to be able to face Wike square on and be able to take him on what is being referred to as a combative statement?
Thank you very much, Julie. The recourse to strong word against the party, it is a function of the leadership of the party, the National Working Committee, under the chairmanship of under the leadership of the acting chairman, Ambassador Ilyasu Damagum, to correct the impression of saying that, oh, there are vampires in the People's Democratic Party. I leave that to the leadership of the PDP to take a decision on. But I don't know those whom the Honorable Minister of FCT and the governor of former governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike, referred to as vampires. And I don't think that he will have said that he wants to remain in the party if truly the party are made of vampires. However, I think that the leadership of the party, under the acting chairman, Ambassador Damagum, should be able to attend to that.
And so I have to ask again, given his actions from the last elections and now being appointed a minister of the FCT, and he's shown loyalty and what has been described as very, very, should I say, disloyal to the opposition party, and still being a member of the PDP opposition, but thrown full support behind this current administration. I have to ask again, does the PDP have political will to be able to stand firm and, be able to sanction Wike, whether remove him as a member of the PDP, whether to disown him entirely or dismember him? Does the PDP have political will to do that?
Well, when we talk about politics, one thing that we need to get clear and that we need to understand about the People's Democratic Party is that no matter how strongly you feel as an individual, even no matter how strongly you feel as a group, issues have their processes in line with the constitution of the People's Democratic Party. And in this situation that you have narrated, it is left for the leadership of the party, as I said earlier, under the chairmanship under the leadership of the acting chairman, Ambassador Damagum, to take effect or to begin a process that can address the issue. Where, maybe in the course of the week, the Damagum leadership came up with a membership and inaugurated the Reconciliation Committee as well as the Disciplinary Committee. For the Reconciliation Committee and the Disciplinary Committee, these are two separate bodies. Those who feel strongly about all the issues we have raised concerning Nyesom Wike, the Minister of FCT and former Governor of Rivers State, now have the opportunity to go and express their misgivings via petitions to the Disciplinary Committee chaired by Chief Tom Ikime.
All right, Mr. Ologbodiyan, first of all, I want to invite and also tell that we have our correspondent from Abuja, Amadin Uyi, joining us. Amadin, good morning and welcome. We'll be coming to you in a minute, Amadin. Thank you very much. But to you, Mr. Ologbodiyan, now, given Article 109 of the Nigerian Constitution, which mandates that a member of the House should vacate their seat if they become a member of another legislative house, now, how does the PDP reconcile that to what's happening right now, noting that the FCT minister, while still backing the party, especially in Rivers State, is throwing his support behind the APC as the ruling party in Nigeria? Doesn't this give a sense of, well, what you call it now, indiscipline within the PDP as they continue to look at this going on and have no sanctions for the FCT minister?
Well, thank you very much for this issue. The position of the People's Democratic Party, to the best of my understanding, has not changed, which is that those who have vacated their seats in the Rivers State House of Assembly, those who have changed membership from the PDP to the APC in the Rivers State House of Assembly, have vacated their seats. And I think that is a general opinion, and that is a public stance of the People's Democratic Party. But as you know, PDP is a very democratic party in nature, where majority will have their way and the minority will always have their say. So what's happening in Rivers State, in respect to your question about Minister Nyesom Wike, is clearly a situation in which the party has taken its own position, but the party will not stop anybody from expressing their views and opinions.
But this goes beyond the party.
situation.
This goes beyond views and opinion of individuals. This actually goes to tell exactly what the party is formed like, what they will take, what they won't take. Many quarters, many Nigerians have also told that perhaps maybe the PDP is also enjoying certain kinds of privileges with the FCT minister being of that party, but yet working under the APC. So are there advantages to the PDP having Nyesom Wike as their party member, but working under the APC? What are these advantages that they enjoy?
Are you playing for two teams?
Playing for two teams, exactly.
Honestly, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know if there are advantages that the party enjoys. And I say this in every sense of responsibility and modesty. I don't know if there are.
Oh, we seem to have a bit of a glitch there. But we also have Amadin Uyi, who was present at the press parley with the FCT minister. Amadin, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Amadin. You were there at the parley and you saw everything live. I must ask about, at the end of it, you said he didn't answer any questions. So I want you to clarify on that, the mood that was there during the parley, and, did he answer any questions, or it was a no questions and just him divulging what he felt has been a one-year tumultuous ride for him as FCT minister?
It would be unfair to say that the minister did not answer any questions, because there were 6 people trying to ask him questions, and he tried within his capability to answer all that were asked. He talked about various issues. He started with his one-year tenure in the FCT, focusing on 4 key areas: security, agriculture, infrastructure, and also development within youth empowerment within the FCT, efforts being made by his administration to increase sort of youth participation or youth inclusion in governance. From there, he went to events happening within Rivers State, and why he felt that as the leader of a faction, he had to speak and he had to make his voice heard. Then finally, questions were asked about his ordeal in the People's Democratic Party and whether he was mulling the idea of decamping from the People's Democratic Party, for which he stated emphatically that he was going nowhere. So he answered all the questions. In fact, the problem we had was that there was not enough time, because everybody had so much to ask the minister, especially as it had to do with politics and the Rivers State crisis.
Amadin, I have to ask, when he made statements like, I would not run, I would stay and fight, and referred to members of the PDP as vampires, what was the atmosphere like in the room, and how did the other pressmen, gentlemen and women of the press, took it?
It was sort of surprising, because before we got to the media parley, everybody had believed that he was on his way out of the People's Democratic Party. Reports on social media, looking at past events within Rivers State. Remember that just 24 hours, the PDP Board of Trustees had visited the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, sort of a reconciliation and to throw their support behind him. It was led by former PDP chairman Adolphus Wagbara. And then so what happened was that everybody thought that the minister was being put in his place, because remember that there had been this crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party, and the party had not the party was not, or rather is not in support of his romance with the APC-led administration. So it was widely believed that he was on his way out of the party. So when the question was thrown at him and he said no, 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 he was going to fight whatever was happening in the party, that he has stated emphatically that he was not decamping from the People's Democratic Party. So it came as a shocker to many of us, but it opened several other, it heralded rather several other questions that we wanted to ask him, especially as it had to do with the running of the affairs of the People's Democratic Party and resolution of the current crisis affecting the People's Democratic Party.
Amadin, thank you very much. So I'm going to go back to Mr. Ologbodiyan. Sir, now, regarding the reference to vampires in the PDP that the FCT minister made, the question now is the PDP not ashamed of the fact that, first off, Otom was sanctioned by the PDP, so was the ex-governor of Edo State, or the governor, deputy governor of Edo State was also sanctioned. But Nyesom Wike has remained in that position without any sanction from the PDP. The big question Nigerians are asking is, why is the PDP scared of Nyesom Wike?
Is the PDP scared of
Exactly.
Nyesom Wike?
Are they scared of Nyesom Wike? Mr. Ologbodiyan. Oh, we have a big problem with the connection with him, unfortunately. But, Mr. Amadin, if you're still with us. Yes, now, Amadin, I'm going to come to you while we wait to establish or re-establish connection with our guest here. Regarding the media parley, many people think that the press was soft on Wike. Would like to also know, or hang on a second, Amadin, I believe that we have Mr. Ologbodiyan back with us now. Mr. Ologbodiyan, I'm hoping that you heard the question I asked from before. Did you?
I had the question. And
Please
I was
go
also
ahead with the
responding.
response. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. What I said earlier on was that it borders on the leadership of the party. And I said that no matter how you feel as individuals, no matter as individual members of the party, and no matter how you feel, even as a bunch of the party, members of the party, the person who has been placed in charge, authority, to galvanize the party towards achieving whatever purpose is the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Ambassador Ilyasu Damagun. So the issues that you have raised with me, he has the answers to the question. Whether the PDP is scared of Minister Nyesom Wike or not, he is to provide the leadership. But I also said that he has inaugurated the Reconciliation Committee as well as the Disciplinary Committee. And that no matter the misgivings that members have, no matter how strongly members feel about actions or inactions of Chief Nyesom Wike, the opportunity has come. They should take their petitions concerning their grievances to the Disciplinary Committee, chaired by Chief Tom.
Sir, I have to ask you, right, and this current dispensation, we have seen, the APC, and we've also seen Wike be very vocal about his support with the APC and said that his position as the minister of the FCT is a reward for his support to President Bola Tinubu in view of the elections for 2027. Does PDP still stand a chance of being a strong opposition against the ruling class, giving Wike's stance and very vocal support of the APC-led government?
It is not only government, it's not only the minister of FCT that have expressed such views. The former governor of Benue State,
But he's been expelled. He's been expelled from the party. Why hasn't Wike been expelled? If you're going to call members who have now been expelled, why hasn't Wike been expelled to show the stance of where they stand, sir?
Julie, if you follow the situation concerning the expulsion or non-expulsion of Chief Sam Otom, it's about the conflict in Benue State. It does not address the issue that you are speaking about. And for your information, I think yesterday or the day before, Chief Sam Otom still presided over a meeting in Benue PDP as the leader of the party. But what I am saying is this. I quite understand your disposition, but my position is clear. And my position is that no matter how one feels about situations like this, that it is of the minister of, sorry, it's still within the purview of the chairman, acting chairman of the PDP, Ambassador Ilyas Damagum, to provide the required leadership. And that's the point I'm making.
Kola Ologbodiyan, thank you very much. Let me come to our correspondent, Amadin. Now, Amadin, I was going to ask a question earlier regarding the ambience at the press parley with the members of the press. Now, most people seem to think that the press went easy on Wike. I'm wondering what question. Oh dear, I've been told my sound is out.
Yeah, so I'm going to help you there. Imagine if you can hear me. We were saying that Mazino was asking about the public's view of the media parley. They said that the journalists went easy on Wike. You know.
They were a bit. So I just wanted to know what questions you had posed and what his body language was to these questions that you posed to him was.
I don't think the press was easy on the FCT minister, because when you go for such interviews, you don't go to such interviews with an opinion. You go to such interviews to uncover truths and ask questions which are being asked by the populace. First of all, we asked the pressing questions that the FCT citizens wanted to know. We wanted to know what the Wike administration had done in terms of infrastructure, had done in terms of security, had done in terms of agriculture, whether the objective was to just provide support to farmers or to work towards a broader view of food security. We asked questions about education, if the FCT administration was also investing in basic education and equipping schools in rural communities. When we asked the questions about the crisis in Rivers State, we first wanted to know why the crisis exists from his own point of view in the first place. We asked questions bordering on whether there was any room for reconciliation between him and the current governor, Siminalayi Fubara. And we asked questions about what he thought about the governor's actions in the last few weeks concerning local government chairmen, the 27 decamped, allegedly decamped PDP lawmakers. Then when it came to the issue of the People's Democratic Party, we asked that big question of whether he was going to decamp and what he thought about the crisis in the PDP. So those are the questions Nigerians basically were yearning to hear, because except some people wanted us to go with go there with an opinion and infer that Wike was the villain. Remember that this crisis is between politicians of the same family. So for a lot of us, it was needless to take sides. We just needed to stay in between and ask those questions which Nigerians were yearning to hear.
All right. Well, Amadin, I want to say thank you. Amadin Uyi, thank you so much for bringing us this report, and also to Mr. Kola Ologbodiyan, who is the former National Publicity Secretary for PDP. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking with us and taking out the time to give us more perspective and insight in this conversation. We wait to see how this will continue to unfold, giving this administration, and whether or not the PDP will do what is deemed right by the people of Nigeria. But once again, many thanks.
Nice way to put it, Judith. Thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen.